Hello students, today we are going to start chapter 5, that is data handling. In this chapter we will study about how to handle the data. It means that if we are given a number of data, then how we can handle it. Okay, so for handling the data we have to use different kind of representation. Okay, like in a class a number of students are there, so we can arrange them alphabetically, so it will be easy for us to search a particular student, or we can arrange them roll number wise. Okay, that is how we can handle the data. But this is not the only way to represent the data, means sequence wise or alphabetically. We can arrange them in different ways. A number of ways are there. Okay, if we have a huge amount of data. Okay, so first you need to understand that what is a data. Okay, when a record is collected by a number of peoples in a raw form, means when it is not arranged in a particular order, or when it is not arranged in a easy way, it's called a data. Okay, like population of India, so it is not collected by a single person, it is collected by state wise, then district wise, and then particularly by a particular area. It is collected by different peoples, and when it is collected from area to area, then it is mixed together and forms a information. Okay, that information gives us the population of India. Okay, but firstly it is collected in a raw form. That raw form of collecting records is called data, a raw form of records. Okay, when it is arranged in a particular manner, means in a sequence or in a arranged manner, then it becomes a information. Okay, now there are different ways to represent a data. So here we will learn that how we can represent the data graphically. Okay, so there are different ways of representing data graphically. First one is a pictograph, means through a picture how we can represent our data. Pictograph means basically what we are doing in a pictograph, we are representing the data through some symbols or some pictures. Okay, here we can see that this is a car, and this single car in this graph, this single car is representing 100 cars. Okay, one symbol stands for 100 car. So July, that is 1 and half, so 100 and half is 250. Okay, means this one is denoting for half. Okay, of 100. Now this is 300, and this is 1 2 3 4, that is 400. Okay, now how many cars were produced in the month of July? That is 250. In which month were maximum number of cars produced? That is September. Okay, so through pictures you can represent the data like this. You have to firstly mention that one picture is showing how many things, then only you can represent them easily. Okay, second is through a bar graph. A bar graph means where we are using the bars. These are called the bars. Okay, a display of information using bar of uniform width means whenever you are drawing a bar, this width must be same for each. Okay, means this is of, if we are taking is of 1 centimeter, then each must have the width of 1 centimeter, and the difference between them means this is also must be the same, is of same size. Okay, and whenever you are drawing a graph, always use a graph paper. Okay, for these kind of data. Now in this bar graph, what you need to do, whatever information is given to you, just represent it in a proper manner, like 2003 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6. These are the academic years. Here we can understand it easily, okay? And 50, 100, 150 are the number of students of class 8. Means in 2003 to 4, only 100 students were there in a particular school. In 2004 to 5, there were 200 students, okay? Here the question is, what is the information given by the graph? So the information given by the graph, that in a particular academic year, what is the number of student in class 8? This is the representation of graph, okay? In which year is the increase in the number of student is maximum? So here we can see that from 100 to 200, this is 200 to 250, 250 to 300, 300 to 350. So maximum increased in the year of 2004 and 5, because it becomes exactly twice, that is 100, and exactly it becomes 200, so twice, okay? So in 2004 to 5, there is increase in the number of students is maximum. Now in which year is the number of students maximum? So in 2007 and 8, number of students were maximum, that is 350, okay? In which year, fourth is state whether true or false, the number of students during 2005 and 6 is twice that of the 3 and 4. So in 3 and 4, that was 100, and 5 to 6, it is 250. So it is more than twice. So this is false, okay? So whenever you are drawing a bar graph, always mention these things. Means whatever you are representing in x-axis and whatever you are representing in y-axis, don't forget to mention them, okay? That is how you can draw a bar graph. It becomes very easy to collect the information through that, okay? So these are the representation of our data, okay? Now third is double bar graph. Means when we are using two bar graphs together, okay? A bar graph showing two sets of data simultaneously, means it is basically used for comparing two kind of data together, like mathematics 2005 to 6, 2006 to 7. Means this dark shade represent the data is of the year 2006 to 7, and this blank bar showing the data is of the year of 2005 to 6. Now it is given subjects, okay, and this is marks obtained by a student. Means here this data is representing the marks obtained by a student, particular student, okay? This is the data of one student. In the year of 2005 to 6, he got 30 marks in mathematics, but in the year of 6 to 7, he got 60 marks, exactly double of the previous. Now what is the information given by the double bar graph? This, what information it is giving? Try it yourself, okay? In which subject he has performed improved the most? So improved, here he is improving the most, because here a little bit variation is there. Here he has decreased his marks. Here the mark, no change is there, only maximum change is there in mathematics. So this is the subject where he improved maximum. Now in which subject his performance is deteriorated? That is English, okay? In which subject is the performance at poor? So try these questions yourself, okay? Now organized data. So data is always available in an unorganized form. Means when data is collected in a raw form, then it is called a raw data. This is the unorganized form when we are not arranging it in a proper manner, then it is called unorganized. And whenever you get the data unorganized form, then it is called raw data. Okay. Now this is the frequency distribution table. You have already studied about that in class 7th. Okay. Now frequency gives the number of times. Frequency means how many times a number is repeating itself. Means if in a class a number of students are there, it may be possible that some students have the same height. Okay. Some students have the same weight. So the number of students having the same data, okay, is called its frequency. Means like weight is 40 kg having 5 students. Okay, so 5 is called its frequency. Frequency means number of times that particular entry occurs. If we need to mention 5 somewhere, then 40 somewhere, then how we can represent it? 5 times we have to represent it. So here we are given the frequency distribution table. Means how to distribute the frequency. Here arts, that is how we can represent it. 1, 2, if it is how many times the number is repeating itself, once, twice, thrice, 4 times, then it is 5. Okay, 4 straight lines and 1 cross line, like this only. Then this is a bunch of 5, then 6. That is how you can represent it. So here we can see this is the subject, telemarks, and the number of student, arts. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is the 7. So 5 to 7. Number of students were 7. Who takes arts subject. Okay, that is how you can draw frequency distribution table. Okay. Now grouping of data means if you are given a number of data, so if you will represent it single, means 21, then how many times it is repeating itself, then it will take a lot of time and you will get a number of data in a sequence. You have to take 2 or 3 pages to represent these kind of data. So to form it in a easy way, okay, to represent it in a easy way, what you can do, you can group the data. Like you can see that whatever is given there, like 7 is there, 10 is there, then 30, okay, 50 is there. So you can group them in a particular way. Like this is the group, like you are grouping them 0 to 10, 10 to 20. Means whatever data is in between 0 to 10, you have to write all the datas here, represent here, okay, in the sequence of 0 to 10. Then 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. Okay, always take the width same. Means the difference between this, that 20 minus 10 is 10, 10 minus 0 is 10, 40 minus 30 is 10. That must be same. Okay, and whenever you are counting the datas, okay, so you can't take this 10 here, you have to take this in the lower limit. Okay, because 0 to 10, in this 0 to 10, the numbers which are given in this side, okay, is called the lower limit. Okay, and the number are given this side is called the upper limit. Okay, the difference between them is called the class width or the size of the width. Okay, so if we see here 0 to 10, so you can take the datas in between 0 to what, 0 to 9 you can take here. Then in 20 to 20 you can take up to 19 point 9 you can take here, but 20 you will take here in the lower limit. Okay, but in the last limit, means like 50 to 60 is there, you can represent it separately. But if there is a data is of 60, so you can represent that last data here only. Okay, so no problem is there. But in other intervals you can't take the upper limit value in that particular interval, means you can take only lower limit values here. Okay, or in between 40 to 50, but not that exact upper limit. Okay, so that is how you can group the data. Okay, this is called the grouping data. The data which is written like this in the group, that is 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, it is called the class interval. Okay, now this is the lower limit, 0, 10, 20, 30, which is given here is called lower limit, and whatever is given here, that is called the upper limit. Okay, now which size, the difference between them, that must be same, is called the width or size of the class interval. Now we will learn about the histograms. Okay, this is the next type of the representation of a graph. Whenever you are given the upper limit of first interval is equal to the lower limit of second interval, means if these both are same, this is called the continuous data. When these are given equal, same, at that time you can use this kind of data, like 0 to 10 in frequency is 2, so 0 to 10, then 10 to 20, means if there is no gap between the bars, is called a histogram. Okay, it is just like a bar graph, but there is no difference between the two datas. Okay, at particular time you can represent this histogram. Okay, one more thing is there, that if you are given a data with a huge difference, like if your data is starting with 20, then there is a difference of 5, so you are taking a jump here. So whenever you are taking a jump, you have to use a jagged sign. This is called the jagged sign. Okay, this is called the jagged sign. And whenever you are taking a jump in the starting, so you have to mention this jagged sign even in x-axis or either in y-axis. Okay, this is up to the question, which type of question you are getting. Okay, and don't forget to mention the data like this. Now one more thing is there, whenever you are representing the data, don't forget to mention the x-axis and the y-axis, because you will draw them in a graph. Okay, so whenever you are drawing them, this is a bar graph, so it is in the x-axis and this one is the y-axis. So x-axis, here we are taking 1 unit, means you will take the one box, and one box having 1 centimeter of unit. So 1 unit is here the 3 to 4, so this is 1 year. So x-axis 1 unit is taking 1 year, and in y-axis this is 50, 100, there is a difference of 50, so 1 unit is of 50 student. So that is how you can represent the scale. This is called the scale representation, and don't forget to mention that. Okay, in your question. I hope is it clear to you. Okay, that is how you can represent the data. So just try the questions of exercise 5.1 yourself. Okay.